Some of you guys are early. Dude, you were, like, Ethan, you were waiting in chat before we even booted up the live. Let's fix the camera on YouTube. Hang on, it's a little bit... That's better. Okay, we're good, guys. Sorry for being a little bit late. It was a long day. Had to renew the passport, had to go to the gym, had to do a whole bunch of things because we're expecting some nasty weather tomorrow. Had to get everything done. But now we're good. Good evening, Dio. Good evening, everybody. Hope you are all having a splendid day as I am. Roar back to you too, Bishy. How's everyone doing? How you doing, Xylo? How you doing, I know what emoji you are, but I'm just gonna say yo back. You know who you are. You know who you are. So today's theme, or main theme of the day, is when do you drop an anime? I'm great. We're doing pretty good. I got some news for you. Unfortunately, I can't tell you too much, but in a few weeks, I'm headed to America. I can't tell you what. I can't disclose the details. I can tell you in a few weeks I'll be heading to San Diego. I haven't caught a stream in so long. Well, good thing that you made this one. Ari, I'd love to tell you why. Unfortunately, I have to sign an NDA. I cannot tell you about the trip. All I can tell you is I'm coming to San Diego for a week. I was just scrolling, then saw your channel, and welcome in, Sensei Penguin. You're more than welcome to join us. Why is DXD up there? Because I dropped it repeatedly. What did I think of the recent episode of Strange Fake? I haven't seen the newest episode. I think I'm one episode behind. Rue from UK. Rue from UK. Okay, so your name is Rue. You're from the UK. Very nice, Rue. How you doing? Bro, we want Blue Vortex. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm hoping it's better than the past seasons of Boruto we have gotten so far. I watched DxD till episode 3. My friend told me to keep watching. Here's the thing. I am aware that DxD has a better plot than what's led on at the start. I understand that. But if I can't get through the content, it doesn't matter. You dropped AOT? So what did you personally not like about AOT? Your streams are part of my daily routine now, so I'm trying to have a consistent schedule most of the time. Today was particularly busy because I was like running around renewing my passport. That took like 2 hours, and then I had to go to the gym because we have a rainstorm tomorrow. Am I from the UK? No, I am not from the UK. I am Canadian. I only drop anime that I can't catch up on mainstream wise. So like that to me doesn't really make sense. I don't think there should be some sort of arbitrary timeline where you have to be up to date with it. Kind of just go at your own pace. I drop anime when I find another one. That to me, like, so like, does that mean you stop watching it and then go to another series and you never end up going back to finish it? Because that just sounds like you never finish anything. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been to the UK. I have many friends in the UK, but I've never been myself. Let's see. How's things going over here? Do I watch romance? All the time. All the time. Tons of it. When it gets tedious, such as One Piece. So, like, here's the thing. I am a One Piece fan. I can acknowledge the flaws that it has and how it might put some people off. So what about it made it tedious? Was it the pacing? I was hooked because it's too depressing for me. I wasn't hooked because it was too depressing. You know what? Fair enough. So I like to watch anime most of the time that are more uplifting, more positive, a little bit more soft. I get a gentle, like in that sense. I'm fine with darker series sometimes, and if I'm watching a darker series, then it needs to include moments that kind of bring up the mood a bit, or I watch something else in between episodes to kind of just bring my own mood back up. So I can still get through those darker series. When the story revolves around fan service. If the story revolves around fan service, then I can totally understand that. I drop it until I'm done, and usually I get... Okay, so if you eventually get back to it, I guess you're free to, watch anime whatever process works for you. Did your YouTube says favorite sensei? Oh, damn. It didn't update? Let me fix that. I'm so sorry. It should have updated. Let me correct that right now. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. It should have updated, but it did not. Thank you for telling me. 3, 2, 1, and we're good. I apologize to YouTube for that. It should have updated, but thank you for catching that. I like comedy genre. Mob, Mashal, Gintama. So does that mean you exclusively watch comedies? So are you only watching comedies? Rent a Girlfriend is another one that's tedious. Rent a Girlfriend, I think, is just horrendous. I don't even think it's tedious. I think it's just bad. But defend it if you want to. Let's see. Do I consider Pokemon an anime? So, how would you not? Is the question. Like I understand how you could debate certain series, and even though I probably disagree, how do you debate against Pokemon though? And why did I drop Detective Conan? So I am a massive, massive crime show fan. For those, okay, a little bit of lore, I used to study forensics. Like legit, like in university, like taking courses on human behavior analysis, crime scene investigation, watching crime shows, reading the book. Like I was in that space. It is the worst crime show I have ever seen. By far. The characters, all horrendous. I can't stand a single character. The voice acting, also a pain to listen to. The pacing is so abysmal, it makes One Piece look perfect. The story, it's literally the same cases over and over on repeat. There is no originality past the first few episodes on a case-by-case basis. No, it is the worst show I've ever seen. It's so bad. At least worst detective show I've ever seen. Have I seen Orb? I have seen the first two episodes of Orb, and I do like it. It is a bit heavier. Not super depressing. It's not super heavy, but it is clearly a very, like... It's definitely not a very uplifting series. It's very, like, you gotta be... It's not something I can binge. But it's very good. It really depends on how long the anime is and how many episodes I'll give it. So do you have an episode rule? Like the rule of thumb is like 3 episodes. Is that your protocol? Have I watched Angel Beats multiple times? Fantastic anime. Despite the massive plot hole, it's very good. And what is the most popular reason to drop an anime that you have said? So like my biggest thing is if it does something I'm genuinely uncomfortable watching. So if it's like very fan servicey, it's very pedophilic, then I'm gone. Then I'm gone. There are certain types of fan service and quantities and how it's done that make it more tolerable or less off-putting. Some shows where it really just gets too much, then I'm probably gone. You drop some anime because I no longer have Crunchyroll. Here's the thing. If you don't have Crunchyroll and you are open to using other sites, there are ways to watch pretty much any show you want. Okay, I do not exclusively watch comedy, but it's a nice genre. Fair enough. So you just have a strong preference for comedy. Fair, okay, that's fair. What is your least favorite anime that I've ever sat through? I don't know off the top of my head. Because usually if I don't enjoy something that much, I just end up dropping it, like Detective Conan. I think I gave it much longer than I should have. Rent a Girlfriend, I actually gave more chances than I should have because I just really liked the romance genre. It was not very good. I sat through School Days. I finished School Days. I've given Naruto about 200 episodes, skipped the filler, but I don't think it's for me. If you skip the filler and still went 200 episodes, so that means you went through the Chunin exams, you went through the Sasuke retrieval arc, you went through some fantastic arcs. If you did not enjoy the Chunin or Sasuke retrieval arc, then you're probably just not going to like the series, because those are some of the best arcs. What do I think about Vinland Saga? I think it's very good. When there's so much fan service, the story isn't even enjoyable anymore. So we're like, okay, are we talking like what's your threshold? Are we talking like High School DxD? Are we talking High School of the Dead? Are we talking Kill la Kill? What do I think about the new season of JJK? I am slightly behind, not too far behind, just a little bit. And I've had a good time with it so far. But in terms of JJK seasons, I've enjoyed the first, the most, second, like it's 1, 2, 3, but I don't think any are bad. You dropped Naruto after Classic. So, like, okay, it might not have been for you. That's all right. I personally love Naruto very much. It's not going to connect for everybody. And if the fact that you gave it that many episodes, I commend you for trying. DxD has good plot, so it balances out. Not for me. For me, it wasn't enough. Like, I couldn't even get to the point where the plot was good because I couldn't sit through this stuff. What would you say are the top 5 worst anime I have seen? I don't know. I can just name 5 series that I have dropped. For some reason, my anime list isn't loading up right now, so I can't open up my page. Let's see. I have dropped Detective Conan. I have dropped. I was thinking about. I'll forget that other one. I was trying to. What was it called? There was Girlfriend. There was 100 Girlfriends. There was. I'm trying to think of one specific show. There was one specific. It'll come back to me in a moment. I dropped Bobobo, and I dropped. Let me give you one more. I dropped Code Geass. Even though I think Code Geass is good, I just couldn't do it. I'll definitely try Naruto again at some point. The fact that you gave it hundreds of episodes and dropped it, and you're like, I'll still give it another shot. That's dedication. You're really trying to like it. Are we gonna clap? So I'm Canadian. I'm not part of this clapping Iran. I also don't support the bombing of Iran. I do not support the bombing of Iran. Did I ever watch School Babysitter? No, I have not. I hated RAG so much. What is RAG? What does RAG stand for? Am I watching Hell's Paradise? I caught up to it this morning. The newest episode was very good. I'm having a great time with it. I dropped Naruto Mid Shippuden. So wait, Mid Shippuden. So are we talking like Pain Arc? Are we talking like Sasuke and Orochimaru? Are we talking like when exactly did you drop it? Is the U.S. No, I'm not in favor of that. Let's see. Pain Arc? Oh, so you dropped at the Pain Arc? Yo, the Pain Arc was great, man. What did you not like about it? Do I think that the romance is a good genre to make a manga? So any genre could be good. Like, I don't think there's a bad genre. I think you can have a good or bad story in every genre, including like romance, comedy, action, any of them. Will the U.S. what? It shouldn't be okay. If you're asking that question, you're asking the wrong question. If you are asking if the U.S. is going to beat Iraq, it shouldn't be about winning. They shouldn't be fighting. The bombing is stupid. It's horrendous. It's despicable what they're doing. I've seen people drop One Piece at episode 300 and try again and drop it again. Like, here's how I see it. Like, as a One Piece fan, I appreciate someone really trying to give it a shot. I personally would not sit through 300 episodes of a series that I was not really enjoying. I can't. I can't. Like, what do I think of Noya Zenin? I haven't seen that one. I don't think One Piece is top 5, and that's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be in your top 5. I'm at episode 534, so okay, you're like almost halfway caught up, even though it's about to start up again. Still, you're making good progress. Anime. I never dropped an anime and I watched hundreds. Okay, so here's the thing. If you never drop an anime, then that tells me, well, here's the thing. You might not have seen anything disappointing enough that makes you want to drop it. So like the fact that you're claiming to have watched hundreds of shows and never drop an anime is just like, you don't care about your time. I don't think you care about your time, because if you're willing to sit through something that is making you miserable, like you are taking no pleasure in this, I'm sorry. That's more like, okay, that's how you choose to use your time. Okay. You're at the war in One Piece. That's a great arc. I love Marineford. Most people do. Most people say it's the best arc. Is Gaara versus Rock Lee top 15 fights in anime? See, like, I want to say yes. I want to say yes. I don't have a list for this. I don't have a list for it, but that is definitely one of the most memorable fights I have seen to date. I'm not saying it's number one, but it's definitely very, very high on the list. Healer. That's Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you enjoy that, you do you, I guess. Should we drop Black Clover and MHA? I personally love both of those. You dropped Solo Leveling at episode 6. So I personally watched Solo Leveling twice, both seasons, because I enjoy it. Maybe it wasn't for you. That's okay. What did you not like about it? Was it that it was like too flashy, too quick, too focused on the MC, too overpowered? What was it? When you're giving it time to get good, but you just don't. So, like, everyone has a different threshold on how much time they're willing to give a show. For me, I don't have a set in stone rule. I don't have like 3 episodes. It's like, if I just feel bored beyond a certain threshold, then I'm gone. Kakashi versus Obito is definitely a very good fight. I don't think I like it as much as Rock Lee and Gaara. I think that one still reigns supreme in those two. But it's a very good fight. And thank you for the heart. Who was that? Thank you, Lenny, for the heart. I appreciate that. Blackbeard went, oh no, call in the gun. Wait, what? Are you talking about something in the manga? Too flat for me, and the character designs are kind of soulless in Solo Leveling. Okay, so in terms of the character, I actually like the character designs in Solo Leveling. I can understand the cast feeling flat. That I can get, because it's very, very MC-centered. It's very MC-focused. At least for now. I have a hot take that people glaze... Hold on, I'm trying to... that people glaze Odin too much, and that he would always lose to Kaido. I feel like it would have been a pretty good... Look, that he would always lose, I'm not so sure. Like, power scaling's not my domain, but Odin was a tough guy. He was not weak. He took a divine departure from Roger, went flying and took like no damage, just walked it off. So like, dude's a tank. The story just wasn't enough for me, and my friends were hyping it up way too much. So when I started, it wasn't. So here, that's another thing you gotta watch out for. If people set the bar like way up here, and then you go in with that expectation that the bar is here, and it doesn't get there, then you're like, well, this isn't that good. And I think if you went in with a blank slate, with like no expectations, and then you're like, then it might not have been as negative an experience if you went in down here versus up here. So that's why I like to go in with like almost no influence. Can I describe when to drop an anime, when you release one, or when to drop it because it's bad? So like, everyone has different preferences or rules or ways of dropping a series. So like, for me, it's usually one of two things. Usually, I have like a boredom threshold. It's not necessarily like a timeline. It's just, if I am so disinterested in the characters or what's going on, then regardless of how far into the series I am, if I reach that threshold, I'm out. Second, if it crosses a boundary that I just don't want to consume this kind of content, like very pedophilic, or it's a type of fan service that's really off-putting, then I'm gone. I dropped Tokyo Revengers at episode 5. So I dropped Tokyo Revengers, I think, at episode 10 or 11, came back a few months later, then eventually finished the season. So, like, I had to get back to it, and I still don't think it was that great, but I did give it a second shot. So yes, Mushoku Tensei I dropped. Yes, for that exact reason. I'm on 900 of One Piece. Should I finish it? I heard it's not worth it. Look, I don't know if that's a joke, but like, if you have watched 900 episodes of a series, are you not are you having a good? You must be having a good time, because like, how many people are sitting through 900 episodes of a series and not having it, and they're not liking it? The hype definitely ruins a lot of anime for me. So, like, that's why I try to avoid any spoilers. I avoid looking at reviews. I'm like, this seems interesting enough that I will try it. And then I go in completely blank. I don't like any excess information going into a series. That way, if I don't want that experience of like setting the bar really high and then falling off. I don't want that to happen. And it rarely happens to me because of that. What's behind me? Nothing. It's a green screen. What do I think about live action anime? Sometimes it's done decently well. Sometimes it's done horrendous, like just absolutely horrible. I think it's perfectly fine to do it, and I think some shows are better suited for adaptation than others. Solo Leveling is good, but it doesn't really have any character development and feels too much like SAO. I actually like Solo Leveling more than SAO because SAO does a lot of things that really upset me and like put me off. I'm not saying it's like it's all bad. I'm saying it did enough that I stopped watching. I'm not saying Solo Leveling is perfect either. It definitely has flaws. Like I would, as I commented, it's very MC focused. So if you want like a well developed side cast, if you're looking for like a deep world building, and there is some world building, they've started to touch it a little bit, but not too much. How you doing, Owls? So again, I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's flawless. My friend spoiled all of Demon Slayer. You need better friends, because if your friends tell you spoilers and like when you ask them not to, doesn't sound like a very good friend. Let's see. You dropped One Piece during Fishman Island because of the abysmal pacing. So here's the thing. The pacing is going to continue to be rough for a while. So if Fishman is particularly slow, it is one of the slowest arcs in my personal opinion. So like I would suggest if you're enjoying the series but the pacing is just ruining it for you, you could just read the manga if you're open to that. Like you could give it another shot. I think Fishman is kind of rough to sit through though. What do I think about JoJo's? Part 1 is good, Part 2 is better, Part 3 is even better, and Part 4 is better than that. Let's see. Should I watch AOT because I got the ending spoiled for me and I didn't like it? So here's the thing. If you didn't like the ending, that doesn't mean you didn't enjoy the rest of the journey prior to the ending, right? So like, I'm not going to say don't watch it because like, I think it's going to be disappointing if you have this huge buildup and the ending is just kind of a letdown. I have mixed opinions on it. I guess it depends more on you. Because some people, it's like, you know what, the ending didn't meet my expectations, but I had a good time getting here. And some people will be like, there's this huge buildup and I had such a great time. It's like the ending was just disappointing. I think there's different ways to look at it. Thank you, Toga, for the rose. Why am I shadow banned? Here's the thing. I don't know and I don't worry about it. We're here. We have a good time. I'm enjoying the audience that I have. You guys are, I enjoy you being here, the Discord, the Twitch, the YouTube, all of you guys. So I don't worry about it. I show up. We have a good time. I wish the message limit in TikTok, live streams was better. So do I. But also, if the TikTok messages got too big, you would push every other message out of chat. Dr. Stone is bad. I don't agree. I think Dr. Stone is a good series with some problems. I really like Dr. Stone. I'm not saying it's perfect because I do have some negative feedback about it, mostly pertaining to the manga because it does some things I don't like. And I do think that earlier seasons are stronger than the newer seasons. Like 1 and 2 are better than 3 and 4. But I like it. I have only dropped 2 anime, One Punch Man in Season 2, and MHA, but I started MHA again when it got good according to my friends. So, like, I don't know how other people feel about this, but, like, if I drop a series, I don't let other people convince me to like it. Like, I understand. It's like, okay, you know what? They're really insistent it gets better. But, like, I kind of just do my own thing. If I don't like it, I'm done. I'm done. But you know what? Maybe you will end up liking it. Maybe it was just like a rough season or something. Because like, I'm not saying every season of Hero Academia is perfect. Because there's definitely seasons that were kind of slow for me. I think it was 4 or 5. Because I really liked season 1, 2, 3 was my favorite. Let's see. Why do I hate Records of Ragnarok? Because it's incredibly boring and not fulfilling for me. Records of Ragnarok is basically just a tournament between gods and humans. It's just a fighting tournament. And while, the character designs and backstories are interesting, while the animation is sometimes pretty good and the fights are sometimes pretty good, it takes more than that to hold my interest. It takes more than that. There's a couple of characters that kind of grabbed me a bit, namely that one, I forgot if he was like a samurai or a swordsman, some sort of warrior, who always lost. He was known for losing all the time. And then he got incredibly strong over time. Like, he was interesting. He caught my interest for a bit. But it wasn't enough to keep me. To be honest, MHA actually had improvement after Season 5. I didn't like it after All Might versus All for One. It got boring for me after that. I mean, I think there was a lot of good stuff after that, but okay, that's just how you felt. That's all right. What do I think about Drifters? I have not started Drifters yet. I can see the High School DX... Oh, I lost your comment. I can see that High School DxD is in the background, so peak. I did not like DxD. Nothing to do with the plot. Honestly, I couldn't even get into the plot. The fan service kind of threw me off. Couldn't do it. Reference to Chrome when I said Dr. Stone was bad. Oh, my bad. I didn't catch that was a reference. Please tell me I can skip the first Big Mom arc. It's torture. So here's the thing. You can't really skip arcs in One Piece because everything is very interconnected. That's very Oda-like, where everything in the story comes back. You could read it instead of watching it if it's really painful to sit through. What is my YouTube name? So everything is like my Taku or Mighty Otaku. It's the same, like, it's the same, it's all the same, like, content, same name, same icon. On YouTube, it's Mighty Otaku. What do I think of ID Invade? ID Invaded is a pretty good, like, murder mystery crime show that I don't think is talked about as much as Death Note and Erased. I think it's pretty good. Mostly, like, it uses some interesting technology. The technology's fine. It's, they use these, I forgot what the machine is called, but they detect particles left behind by, like, the mind of the criminal and allow them to invade the mind of the person who was there, kind of like psychologically figuring out who the killer is. It's interesting. It's a different take. I think it's worth the watch. Okay, I gonna pick up JoJo's again because of Steel Ball Run. So I will eventually get back to JoJo's. I've just been very, very busy. I will eventually start part 5. Probably in a few weeks, because I'm currently cleaning up my current watch list. A lot of the shows I'm watching are wrapping up, and then I'm going to San Diego in a couple of weeks. So probably after I get back from San Diego. Do people actually watch you on Twitch? So I must apologize to the Twitch audience because I have not been there in quite some time. Things have been very, very, very busy, to say the least. So I have not been very good on Twitch recently. I am sorry about that. As for do I actually have a Twitch audience, I would say the average day I have between 3 and 10 people in there. So, like, not a huge crowd, but it's also a smaller platform for me. My Twitch is linked in my profile. It's I'll just grab it for you. It's Mighty Otaku on Twitch, but I'll just grab it and throw it into the link. Here you go, and I posted it in the YouTube chat for you. After 100 episodes, especially Conan. So you wait 100 episodes to drop a show. That's much longer than I would. Am I going to be streaming while you're in San Diego? So here's the thing. I can't tell you the details of my work in San Diego, but I can tell you that it's going to be 12-hour work days. So, like, I'm not going to have that much time. If I do stream in San Diego, it'll probably be in my hotel room in the morning for like 30 to 60 minutes. I will do whatever I can. I will post in the Discord. I will post in my stories so you guys know when to expect me to go live. But I don't know my schedule yet. Why is Conan on the green screen? Because I think Detective Conan was terrible and I dropped it. And has the thought of reacting to anime ever come to your mind? I have tried it. I am abysmal at it. So, like, for those of you who don't know, I am on the spectrum. And emotional expression is very, very difficult for me. Like, these streams take a lot of work for me to try and express things. So for me to do React content, it's very bland and boring and just not very interesting to watch. Like, this is like me really, really trying. So React content, I don't think I'm very good for it. Let's see. I give the anime like 10 episodes if I don't like it. So 10 episodes I think is pretty fair. I think 10 episodes is pretty fair. That's like almost an average anime season. Like, an average season is like 12 to 24. So I think that's more than enough. Could I have a scroll? So like my anime list isn't loading up right now, and it's basically not loading up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick something random that I think is good. Today's pick is going to be, you know what? Since we're about to get a new season of Gate, you could try Gate, which is about an interdimensional portal linking the human world to the anime world. So fantasy creatures like elves, vampires, dragons, and so on. And like a military battle, think tanks and soldiers and guns versus, like, fantasy creatures. Is Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball better? I actually like both of those pretty equally. I think I'm going to give a slight leeway to Dragon Ball. Just a little bit. I enjoy the adventure part of Dragon Ball a bit more. Spy Family, I finished the first 2 seasons. I have just started season 3. I've just touched season 3. I think season 1 was a lot better than 2. I actually did not have a good time with the first half of Spy Family season 2. The second half of Spy Family season 2 was a lot better. It picked up. It did pick up. When to drop One Piece? When you're not having a good time. Like, or you could read the manga, because the anime does have some rough parts which are difficult to sit through. I know a lot of One Piece fans who don't watch the anime for fair enough reasons. When did I come up with the name Mighty Otaku? Back when I started the channel, back in like 2020. Like 2021? No, 2022. 2022. Gate is getting another... Yes, Gate... So, I want to tell you when it's getting another season, but I don't know if other people are having this problem. I tried loading up my anime list before the stream, and it's not... Like, the site itself is not loading up for me. I don't know if it was my computer or what's going on, but I can't check the date. Can I tell us about it after the trip? So, like, the thing is, I can't tell you about what I'm doing there because I am signing an NDA. So, like, I cannot tell you about it. Unless they give me something specific that I am allowed to talk about, I can't tell you. I saw you made a fitness account. Loving it. How long have I been training for? I have been going to the gym. So, quick recap. I started going to the gym in 2023. Not 2023. When I was 23. So 23 was 13 years ago. So yeah, I started going to the gym 13 years ago. For the first few years, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I made zero progress, or virtually zero progress, because I was just fumbling around. And I kept starting and stopping. I've known what I was doing properly for the last 5 years. So, and I've been really, really dialed in for like the last 3. Is it on Animetsu? Is Animetsu like a streaming site? Because I don't think I know that one. Is there going to be a season 2 of One Piece? Yes. And Black Clover. Yes. Black Clover is coming back in the fall. One Piece is coming... The One Piece, I don't know if you mean the One Piece live action, because that I'm pretty sure just came out or is about to come out. And the return of the One Piece anime is coming out in April. I feel like Dragon Ball isn't that well paced. The manga is only 15 volumes and the anime is 150 episodes. I can tell you that I had a great time watching Dragon Ball. Like, I did not have an issue with most of Dragon Ball's pacing. I have gotten through other anime which have much worse pacing by comparison. But actually, when's the last time I watched OG Dragon Ball? I think the last time I sat through all of the original Dragon Ball was about like 3 or 4 years ago. So not too long ago. I still had a good time with it. Am I allowed to talk about places to watch anime? Because, okay, you can't join my Discord. It won't let you. So I don't know why it's not letting you. It should be open to everybody. There's no limitation. It's an open invite. So I'll double check it. It's just I'm not allowed to announce the sites on stream. You know what? DM me on TikTok. Like, message me on TikTok and I will respond to it. Just say like, hey, I'm from the live stream. Where can I watch anime? I'll send you something. Tell people High School DxD is peak. I won't, because I don't care how good the plot is. I can't deal with the fan service in it. I have such a hard time coming back to the gym after not going for a year, because you get used to a certain routine. You now have to like it's a reacclimation of habits. Yes, I do have a Discord. All of my profiles, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, TikTok, everything is linked in my link tree on my TikTok account and my YouTube account. It should be right there. I'm having fun with it, definitely, and I'm really close to King Piccolo. King Piccolo is such a great villain. Like, that's my favorite part of the of the OG Dragon Ball. I think my favorite fight. It was my favorite fight with Goku versus Piccolo. I'm not sure. It's up there, but the Piccolo arc is my favorite. We're gonna have Toji streaming here once you finish with the gym. I'm more than willing to do a Toji cosplay. Like, here's the thing, guys. I have a Patreon that allows you guys to help me make cosplays. Like, the money from that goes to making cosplays. If you want me to dress as Toji, dress as Rias, dress as a maid, whatever it is, I will do it. Cosplaying is just expensive. If you want me to do cosplays, by the way, I'm about to revamp my Gogeta cosplay from last year. Like, I'm doing that anyway, because I have an anime convention in 2 months. Wait, do I have the jacket? Hang on. Do I have the jacket with me? Yes, I do. Give me 2 seconds. It's here. Give me a second. I'm here. Give me a second, guys. We got Escanor's jacket. You guys will recognize this. We got hang on. Where's Gogeta's jacket? Where's Gogeta's jacket? There it is. See? We got Gogeta's jacket. We're gonna revamp it. What's your favorite romance? I would say Snow White with red hair. What's my Discord? It's Mighty Otakus. It should be linked on my link tree. You should be able to, I'll just go get it. If the link tree's not working, I'll just go get it for you. Give me a second, guys. I'm just helping out the YouTube chat. Grabbing a link and throwing that into the YouTube as well. Would I do a Astolfo cosplay if we recommend it? So, guys, I will do any cosplays you want. I will do as many cosplays as you want. It just comes down to time and money, because we either have to purchase the cosplays online, or we can make it ourselves. We can custom fit it so it's like tailored exactly. We can add little details to make it fun. Whatever it is. What are we talking today? Today's theme is, when do you drop an anime? What are your conditions for dropping an anime? But otherwise, yeah, do I have any off-limit cosplays? I won't do any cosplays that will outright like discriminate against a certain population. Do I earn enough money with your daily live streams? No, I do not. Felix from Museum. I'll cosplay Felix. I'll cosplay anybody you want. Like, it'll take time to do all of them. But I'm open. I'll do Felix. I'll do whoever you want, really. Have I watched the anime where the Demon King's daughter is the wholesome girl? I don't believe Is it the romance? No, it's not. That's a different one. No, I don't believe I have. Why is Detective Conan there? Because I think Detective Conan is terrible, like horrendous, despicably bad, unforgivably. It was miserable. Peak DxD in the back. DxD I put on the list of series that I dropped, by the way. I dropped it repeatedly. You dropped Sword Art at episode 4 because I found the main character boring and plain. You know what? I agree. Kirito's not that interesting. Bro's a little too excited for Felix. I mean, I like Felix as a character. If we're talking cosplays that I'm personally excited for, okay. So if we're talking dream projects, if we are talking dream cosplay projects, I want to do Sinbad from Maji and Adventures of Sinbad, but like in his transformed state, like in one of his transformed states, either his like red one or his blue one. I forgot what their names are, but you know what? If you Google Adventures of Sinbad, or if you Google like Sinbad's transform states, you'll see what I'm talking about. Those are like dream cosplays. You should cosplay as you know. I would do it. I'm open to it. Do I think Konosuba picks up after the third episode? I never saw Konosuba. I looked it up a little bit, saw some trailers, saw some things, read about it. I don't think it's my vibe. I just don't think it's gonna grab me. Favorite or just an anime quote that really stuck with you. A quote that sticks with me is probably "I have no enemies" because I'm very I really appreciated Thorfinn's mindset during that second season. Let's give him money for Sinbad or whatever. I would cry. I would love to do Sinbad. I would love to cosplay Sinbad. It would be the coolest thing I have ever done. Because I have done Natsu base form, time skip, team A. I have done Rayleigh, Minato, Mirio, Gogeta, Escanor. I've been doing this for a long time. I've done Luffy, I've done Zoro, time skip, Gear 5. I would love to do Sinbad. Sinbad has to be one of the most underappreciated animes ever. Adventures of Sin. I don't think most people know Adventures of Sinbad exists. It's it's short and it's sweet and it's so good. Just finished Bunny Girl Senpai. I dropped that one. Solo Leveling I watched twice. Do I like Oremo? Let me just double check because I have seen it. I just need to quickly refresh my mind. No. I try to watch every seasonal, so I end up dropping a few. There's a lot of seasonal anime. How do you have the time to even try them all? Because I tried once, couldn't do it. You would look great in a Sanji cosplay. I'd happily do it. If we're talking like a Sanji cosplay, because like it depends which one. If we're talking like the full suit, then I would do that in the winter or the fall where it's colder. In the summer, a suit cosplay is miserable. Thank you for the rose, Ted. I appreciate that. So, like, I'm very temperature aware. Because my first time cosplaying was in 2011. I did Minato Hokage form. So that means you have the blue, you have the undershirt and the pants, you got the Jonin vest, you got the jacket, you got the wig. It gets so hot in a convention center. I was dying. I was miserable. I was dying. So like if I'm wearing a thick or dark or layered cosplay, it's got to be in the winter. What's my opinion on Frieren Season 2? I'm having a great time with it. I did enjoy Season 1 more, but I still really like Season 2. Go to his Patreon. I appreciate that. He is doing Sinbad. You can... I would love to do Sinbad. Right now, right this year, we are upgrading Gogeta. I did Gogeta last year. But making an entirely new cosplay is very expensive. So what I'm doing is I'm upgrading the wig. Because last year, the biggest weakness of my costume was the wig. It was fine. But that was definitely the weak point. So we're bringing that up this year. I drop an anime usually if I have to cringe away for 5... If you're cringing for 5 seconds, okay, fair enough. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, top 3 cartoons. Avatar: The Last Airbender, I consider a 10 on 10 absolute masterpiece. I think it deserves to be part of the discussion, absolutely. Thoughts on summertime rendering? Haven't started that one yet. I did just finish, with a similar name, I just finished Summer Hikaru Died, which was interesting. What did I think about The Legend of Korra? I actually couldn't finish it. I've tried 3 times now to finish it, and I keep failing. Would I cosplay Power? I will cosplay any characters you guys want. It's just, again, like, if I have your support, I will do it. If that's what you guys vote on, if that's what you guys want to happen, we can do we can do Power, we can do Felix, we can do a general maid outfit, we could do Sinbad, we could do whoever. It's all I'm all on board. My apps are very limited, just Crunchyroll and High Dive. Is that what I use? Okay, I mean, it's not what I use. I don't use any paid streaming services. Am I hyped for the new Avatar movie coming this year? Yes, absolutely. I watched Avatar as a kid, and I've been hooked ever since. At least for the original series. Clearly, I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy Korra that much. Is it expensive to make your own cosplay? There are ways to make a budget. There are ways to make a budget cosplay. So it really depends on what you're doing, your approach, and how detailed you want to get, and like what material you choose, and like there's a number of things you can do. Uh, but it can get very expensive. I would say on the cheap end, you're probably looking at $40, $50 if it's like a really, really generic, simple costume. But like the most expensive costume I have done was like $800. You should jump in green paint and get a cool cape and be Piccolo. So would I be open to doing Piccolo? Yes, I'd be open to doing Piccolo. The paint would be very tedious and annoying, but if that's what you guys want to happen, we could make it happen. Am I still finding Journal of the Witch good? So, like, Journal... Okay, so I think it's Journal with Witch. I think I mispronounced it last time. I think it's Journal with Witch. I still think the writing is good, but the main character is just really, like... I'm trying to empathize as much as I can with her circumstances, but she's very annoying. I'm trying to empathize. I really am. I understand where she's coming from, but it's just difficult sometimes. Discord ID send my Nanami cosplay, but it's like kind of ugly. Here, I'm not gonna judge you for your cosplays. Take pride in your work. I don't care if it's low budget, if it's your first time, if you're a pro. Like I know, it's all your cosplays are welcome. All of your cosplays are welcome. It doesn't matter if you're just starting or if you're looking for tips. All of it's welcome. We actually have pro cosplayers in our Discord, by the way. Most people don't realize this because our Discord is small. We have pro cosplayers in our Discord. So if you want tips on how to make your cosplays or improve them or what materials to use, we can actually help you with that. We have pros that compete. I saw an anime the other day, but I forgot the name, but it's about an Oni hunters. I don't know what anime you're specifically referring to because that's quite... Like, there's a lot of anime which include Oni. You have cosplays, chat. Yes, I do have a cosplay chat in my Discord. And if you are looking for tips and advice or just want to share your cosplays, we can help you with that. One of my mods is a professional cosplayer. One of my mods is literally, like, that's her job. Like, she competes. She goes to conventions to compete. I also lost the wig. That's unfortunate. Like, wigs can get pretty expensive. I have a bag of wigs right here. I have orange, I have green, and my white one is just a total disaster. Probably talking about Togen that's more recent. I haven't started Togen either. I do plan to. Is San Diego will change my life? I'm not sure how much because I'm going there to work and I'm working 12 hours a day. So, like, I'm not going to be exploring that much. Like, pretty much after work, we'll go out for dinner, maybe go out for breakfast. But I mean, maybe something will come from this. I don't know. I plan to have a good time. I'm not going to lie. I'm still really crazy that the Demon Slayer movie isn't coming to streaming for all of 2026. I mean, there are other ways you could watch it if you really want to. I also personally didn't like the movie that much. Have I seen Elusive Samurai? No, I have not. I bought an Akatsuki cloak and I haven't worn it since. I mean, at least it's not that expensive. An Akatsuki cloak is like, what, $20, $25? You can get it in Chinatown pretty easily. Can we have a channel to argue about anime takes? Absolutely. There's an anime cartoons chat where you can talk about it right there. Do I agree that JJK has slowly become worse because of the people talking about it too much? No, I don't think people talking about it makes it bad. I do think that the earlier seasons were more enjoyable for me than the later seasons, but I don't think the fans have anything to do with that. And what do I think about Mob Psycho 100? I think it's absolutely fantastic. That is something that if I had the time to rewatch it, I could probably still enjoy rewatching it. It was very good. Baki is similar to my opinion on Records of Ragnarok, where if you want to see like ripped people beat the crap out of each other, it'll do that. But the plot itself and the side cat, it wasn't interesting to me. It's basically just fighting. That's it. Where is my wig? I have a bag of wigs right here. I have a bag of wigs right here. I just keep them. I keep them sealed up, so I don't lose them. We got orange. We got green. I know the TikTok chat can't see it as well because the filter likes to blur them out. But yeah, I got a couple. When should I drop an anime? It depends on you. Like, do you give it a certain number of episodes? Do you wait till it gets too boring? If it does something sketchy that you find too weird? I'm planning on buying tickets for the Demon Slayer movie when it comes on screen. It's not a movie I would pay to watch. What's your take on Hunter x Hunter? If we're talking the 2011 version, I thought it was really good. I watched it, I think, 3 times. Maybe 4 times. The 99 version I never actually watched. I do want to, though. Shield Hero is a good concept ruined by harem. I don't think that Shield Hero was ruined by the harem. I actually don't, like, there's some harem-y components to it, but I actually think the series as a whole fell off a cliff after season 1. Like, season 1 was very good. Season 2, 3, and 4 I did not enjoy. I didn't like any of the newer seasons. Hunter x Hunter 1999 was peak. I do plan to watch it. I've only seen the 2011, but I love the 2011. I was planning to make an action manga about an MC with split personality problems. I don't know if I'll drop it. I mean, here's the thing. You're allowed to drop a project, but if it's interesting if it's fun for you, if you're enjoying the process of creating a story, then I'd say run with it. If I love One Piece, when should I watch? Watch it right now. Well, after the stream. Go start it after the stream. You got to stick around for now. But yeah, just go for it. I found the wig. You were looking for. Oh, where's my wig? Oh, I thought you were asking about my wigs. Good job finding your wig. What should I watch? If I love One Piece, what should I watch? Here's the thing. You didn't tell me anything about One Piece that you liked, so that doesn't really give me any context. So I'm just gonna pick something that is. You know what? I'm going to pick Snow White with red hair because it's a romance where it's quite different from One Piece. Even though the start of One Piece, Romance Dawn, and there's pirates in it. Have I seen Parasite multiple times? Parasite is fantastic. Highly recommend it. Can you say spoiler warning if I answer anything to do with Chainsaw Man? So I'm not reading Chainsaw Man. I did watch the first season and the movie. I thought they were both very good. But yes, I will try to give spoiler warnings on any. I'm usually pretty good with that. I've slipped up a couple of times in the past, but I think today I haven't ruined anything. I'm gonna give it a shot. Awesome. Parasite is underrated. I'm not sure about saying Parasite is underrated because it's it's very mainstream. It's just it came out years ago, and even now it's still talked about quite often. So I don't think it's underrated. I think just because it's not at the front page of every single anime post, it's still pretty popular. Will I be watching JoJo's Part 7? Not for a while, but eventually yes, because I'm just not caught up yet. Vinland Saga has the greatest season finale in anime history. Look, I love Vinland Saga. I love Vinland Saga. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could say that. Opinion on Bandai not selling One Punch Man to another company for Cosmic Garo. I mean, why would they sell off a big label like One Punch Man? It's worth a lot of money. I know you're disappointed with the last season. All we can really do is see what happens with the new season, I guess. But it makes sense they didn't sell it. Heiduin Park. Let's see, what's an overrated and underrated anime? So, I don't really look at ratings too much. So here's what I'll do. The anime that is brought up the most often in my chat is probably AOT or JoJo's. I think I did not enjoy AOT as much as my chat does. And what is something my chat does not talk about enough? I would say Zatch Bell, Metabots, Astro Boy. There you go. Are you still running on a treadmill? Nope. we are not. I'm just gonna bet on making anything any besides like big and important chapters, if you know what I mean. So like you don't really get into like the smaller events. You only care about like the big wars, the battles, the epic climaxes. You're kind of leaving everything in between aside. I mean, that's kind of it can't only have epic climaxes. What's an over? I already answered your question. Can I give me an anime suggestion? Okay, so you like shonens. I guess, did you say Black Clover? I don't think you said Black Clover. You didn't, so I'll say Black Clover. That's another good shonen. I think AOT was a masterpiece until season 4. I actually enjoyed season 1, 2, 3, and 4. I liked it more at the start and less by the end. I thought it got worse over time for me. Classroom Elite, probably like a high 7. High 7s. It's better than average, but it's not like incredible. Do I think Hunter x Hunter went under hiatus? So I did a video on that like a week or two ago on that exact question, that Hunter x Hunter was a direct competitor with the big 3, and if it wasn't for his health issues and the frequent hiatuses, it would have been up there, and it might have become the big 4. It might have pushed out one of the other series. So yes, I do think Hunter x Hunter, in terms of performance, while it was being released, could have was competing with the big 3. It was. I got to think about those more chill chapters. Yeah, you do. Even in a very intense high action series, it can't always be at the highest moment. Ippo's a 10. Ippo is my favorite sports anime. My only complaint about like Ippo would be, those like scenes where Takamura's like pantsing Ippo, or like where he's like sniffing the girl's perfume. Like it gets a bit weird in those cases. But aside from that, love it to death. You're watching Hunter x Hunter, but hold on, I missed it. I don't get why people compare it with Solo Leveling in season 2. So the reason people compare, I think it's stupid. It's because of the final season of Hunter x Hunter. I'm gonna let you finish Hunter x Hunter and see for yourself what they're talking about, but I think it's a stupid take. I think AOT was I already read that one. Let's see. Goku does not in fact solo at all. Not even a little bit. No one mentions no one mentioned him. As far as ratings go, I think there are at least 20 animes better than Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I probably don't share that opinion, but you're entitled to feel that way. Which anime should I watch next? Angel Beats, Durara, or Lovely Complex? So I have not seen Durara yet, but between the other two, I would say Angel Beats. It's short, it's good, you'll probably cry a lot. You dropped One Piece at Water 7. That's kind of surprising because that's a good way into the series itself, and Water 7 was very good. Why did you drop it at Water 7? My friend stopped 3 episodes into Demon Slayer's Swordsmith arc and still hadn't finished it. I actually think the Swordsmith arc was the worst arc for me, so that kind of bored me too. I know I just never went back. I gotta go back. Yeah, give it a shot. Can you give me an anime similar to Konosuba? So I haven't watched Konosuba myself. Can you just give me a general vibe description and I'll find you something? See you later, meaty. Which anime should I watch next? I already read that one. Grand Priest Solos, not really. If the world is ending and I need one anime power to save the planet and myself, I could you know what? I could just okay. So you said name the power. I forgot his name, but he's a character that appears at the end of Madoka Box, at the very end of the series. He has a power called All Fiction, where he can literally make anything fiction. His death, fiction. Colors, fiction. Your existence, fiction. He literally can make anything fiction. It's ridiculous. I stopped at episode 2 of Demon Slayer because it was so bad. I didn't feel the same way. I am up to date. I don't think it's a bad series. I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. I think it's fun. I just don't think it's 10 on 10. What time do I finish the stream? Probably in about 20 minutes. Let's say about 20 minutes. Favorite JoJo's villain up until part 4, but up until part 4, I'm gonna say Kira. I really did enjoy Kira at the end of part 4. You dropped Black Clover at episode 7. Everything about it is terrible. I did not feel the same way. I think the characters do get a lot better. If it was Asta screaming that put you off, I get it. It was kind of annoying. he does tone it down, but he's always going to be a loud character. I think there's a lot of cool things about Black Clover. He literally took color out of his own anime. He did. That's why I mentioned colors. You're correct. What do I think about Solo Leveling? I think it's fun. I think if you are looking for an anime to sit back where you don't have to pay attention to every little detail and just be entertained by really cool aura farming, crazy fights, that kind of thing, overpowered characters doing cool stuff, it does that. Like, that's what it does. Fairy Tail, I think Fairy Tail is very good, but the thing is, the highs are high, the lows are low. Like, Fairy Tail goes up and down for me. Overall, I enjoy the series. But, like, there's some really bad arcs. There's some really good arcs. Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest was terrible. The final season, very good. The Grand Magic Games, very good. That filler arc with the Celestial Spirits, like, pretty far into the series, that was not very good. Black Clover, so good. Yeah, I'm not reading the manga, but if you're suggesting people read the manga, okay. I mean, I thought the anime was good. I think the anime is worth watching. I low-key paused AOT for some time because I had one friend that was low-key forcing me to... Okay, so I don't like when... guys, do not force anime down someone's throat. Like, if they want to go at their own pace, if they don't want to watch a series yet, if they're not interested, don't be that guy. You can ruin an anime for somebody. Black Clover has got to be better for season 2 than got worse. Okay, so I remember every episode of Black Clover. I just forget how the seasons are divided. Like, isn't the entire first half of the like up until now considered like season 1? So like, are we talking like are we talking about like when they first? Are we talking like the underwater temple? Are we talking about Witch's Forest? Are we talking about like when did it fall off for you? I feel like Black Clover is very generic and kiddish, and also their art style is ugly. So I don't feel that way at all. I don't think it's kiddish. I don't think it's generic. I think it uses a lot of themes that we see in many anime, but so do a lot of series. And I actually really like the art. And what do I think is the most overpowered JJK power? So like I don't know what the most overpowered thing is because I don't really look at it through that lens. If I had to pick a power for JJK, I like Boogie Woogie because just being able to clap your hands and swap places, it's just we saw how Toto used it. It was just so creative and so fun, and it was just the combinations were fantastic. That was the Itadori Toto tag team in season 1 was my favorite part of the anime. Your favorite Goku transformation? Fusions count? Fusions count. I was going to say Super Saiyan 4 from GT, but if we're counting everything, I might say Gogeta. And what anime do I think is overrated? I think AOT. In my chat, it's AOT. Have I seen the 1v1? I don't watch Death Battle. I don't really have any interest in it, so I've never seen a single episode of it. What is my opinion on the current economy? The economy is a total disaster right now. Toge is goated. I'm sticking with Toto. Toto's goated. The Tokyo Ghoul manga's peak. I know it's better than the anime because, well, the anime does certain things. I still like the anime, though. I didn't read it, but I'm aware of the differences. Death Battle is doing Bakugo versus Riz. I mean, if you're interested in Death Battles, by all means, watch Death Battles. It's just not something that grabs me in particular. Do I think Uabox Almighty was too OP for the plot? I think it was OP, but I don't think it was like too OP for the plot. I think like you can have plenty. Nah, I think it's fine. Angel Beats finale, the first anime actually had me crying. What was the first anime that made me Okay, so here's the thing. I have been watching anime since 1994. So like the first anime that made me cry is probably gonna be something like I don't know. Maybe I cried to Pokemon the first movie or something. Remember with that scene with Ash? Like maybe that, or maybe it was that. It would have been a long time ago. Toto is OP, but Toge can say anything and it happens. So there's limitations to that. It's not infinite. The jokester guy, anything he thinks is funny comes true. Are we still talking JJK? Or are you talking Bleach there? What is better, Fire Force or ReZero? I prefer ReZero. I definitely prefer ReZero. I feel like they broke a lot of people's hearts. Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely did. Somehow, the only movie that made you cry is in the last decade was the third Venom movie. I guess it depends what movies you're watching, because that's interesting take. Let's see. Toge has a limit. If his opponent has more curse energy than him, his words affect him more depending on the impact. There you go. Exactly. A huge limitation right there. Daigeto story over. Not at literally the guy in TikTok just explained how that wouldn't work. What's the most amount of episodes I've binged, not including when I was a kid? Not including? Okay, so where do you define kid? Like, are we talking like 17, or are we talking like what's kid in this in this standard? Because it's not going to be that high. Because I haven't binge watched in ages. I watched stuff like Titanic, Silent Voice, and Venom 3. I mean, I didn't think Titanic didn't make me sad at all. Silent Voice is definitely like the emotional one. I would definitely say Silent Voice over Venom. Would you have Gabi Utz X to stop the war in Iran? Anyone who could stop the war, please do. Please do. Low-key, for some reason, Demon Slayer is only anime so far that made you cry. I can't say Demon Slayer has made me emotional in any significant way. You dropped One Piece at Wano? I mean, why? You got that far, and Wano is good. So, like, what about it? Favorite anime villain? Probably Meruem, even though, like, some people don't consider him a villain, because he technically was for a time. I have watched 36 episodes in a day of Dragon Ball. I can tell you I have not watched 36 episodes of anything in a day in a very long time, so definitely not doing that. I'll stop the war in Iran just a second. Thank you, Nick. Please do. Favorite God of High School character? I really like. Same. Al's. I have the same favorite character. I have the same favorite character. He is by far my favorite. Let's see. Favorite God of High School? I already answered that one. I just have to get my Sukuna fingers. Okay. What will your life be like in 20 years, similar to now? Probably a lot better. I mean, my life is good now, but 20 years from now, I'd probably be, I'd like to be retired. Well, like, I'd like to be financially retired, but also, like, I would still stream on the side. Like, you know, I wouldn't do it every single day. I'd still make content, but I'd effectively be retired. Do I think Kira should have been caught sooner? He was in JoJo's. The thing is, Kira did a very good job. He wasn't as reckless as like Death Note Kira. He was a much better. He was a lot better. So I think it's fair that he got away with it as long as he did. Did I go to college? Twice. But my college is different from your college because of my provincial education system. So like, I do have higher education beyond high school. My favorite One Piece character. So I don't have a set in stone One Piece character. I just tend to say Rayleigh just as a default fallback because One Piece has so many fantastic characters. The most you cried from an anime is No Game, No Life, the movie. I don't think I watched the movie, but that's kind of hard to imagine me crying to that movie. Thoughts on Mushoku Tensei? If you got rid of Rudius, I'd probably really like the show because everything else was pretty good. Let's see. What should I watch first? Fire Force or Cyberpunk? I would say Cyberpunk. I think it's better. I did the mistake of starting on episode 100 of One Piece. Why? 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 That doesn't make any sense. You can't skip 100 episodes. So, Koro Sensei is my favorite teacher. But is he my favorite character in Assassination Classroom? I mean, I think I probably would pick him, to be honest. So I have to pick somebody else. I'd have to pick somebody else. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Let me just pull up a quick list of the characters. Give me just a moment. I wanna look at them again. Because I have someone in mind. You know what? Hang on. I think I might go with Karasuma. The teacher. Personally, I really like Karma's cool. I do like Karma. The other teacher, Karasuma. I think he's my favorite. Let's see. Black Clover manga is so good it's top 3 for me. That's awesome. That hopefully means that the anime coming up is going to be pretty good. Why don't I like reading fiction? So it's quite simple. I am on the spectrum, and my conditions, you could say, however you want it, learning disabilities, neurodivergencies, whatever term you prefer using, they affect the language center of my brain. So you can see how I forget names often, how I sometimes stutter a lot because I'm trying to grab the words. I don't retain what I read at all, virtually at all. So I read a page, move to the next page, I already forgot what I read. Read a whole chapter, I remember 2 things. Read the whole chapter again, I probably forgot what I read the first time and remember the second time. I don't store what I read efficiently at all. So it gets me nowhere. And that's why I don't read it. What's my opinion on JoJo's? I've enjoyed part 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it just keeps getting better for me. You're on volume 3, so not there yet. Fair enough. What is your favorite get back moment in all of it? I don't know about in all of anime, so let me just pick a good get back scene. Okay? You know what? I just thought of one. Trunks returning to his timeline and defeating the androids in Cell. How about that one? That's a good. I'll stand on that. That's a good one. I don't know if it's my favorite, but that's a good one. I'll die on that. What do you all know about Kanaki's get back scene? It was pretty satisfying. Naruto versus Pain. I mean, Naruto versus Pain is kind of a get back. Pain nukes the village, Naruto gets him back. It's a very different kind of get back, but it's a great fight nonetheless. Fantastic fight. I was about to recommend reading God of High School. So I would love to. I want to read more manga. I've read a couple, but it's I've read Bleach. I don't remember anything that's going to happen in the anime coming up. I don't remember. I read I read One Piece up until 11. I think I read up to 11:30 or 11:40, and I don't remember all the stuff that happens after the anime. My brain does not store it. So it's I wish I could. Is there a new anime that I'm waiting for to come out? I would say depends what you mean by new, because there's Black Clover's Return, there's Bleach, there's One Piece, there's Slime, there's the Assassination Classroom movie. I don't know if there's something new that I'm actively waiting for. More like the return of most shows. So do I only listen to dub since you have to constantly read? So here's the thing. I think with the additional input of visual stimuli, so the anime in the background, combined with the dialogue, it is easier for me. Now, I still have trouble quoting characters. You guys sometimes ask me, can you quote, what is your favorite quote from this anime, this character, whatever? I struggle with it. So I still have trouble with the dialogue, but it does help me retain the information of what events are taking place and what is roughly said. So I often misquote or make an indirect quote. So it does help me having an additional piece of information with the retention. So I still watch sub and I sometimes watch dub. With the language choice, it's mostly about the voice actors. Whose voices do I like more? I'm not saying I'm going to remember every single thing that is said, but I'll at least have a good idea of most things that were said. Opinion on Itona. He's my favorite in Assassination Classroom. Itona. Hang on. Itona. Got it. Okay. Oh. Yes. Good pick. I would say probably top 5 for me. Probably top 5. Should I keep watching AOT? You're on episode 16 and it's low-key boring. So if you're asking my opinion, I thought season 1 was better than 2, 3, and 4. I enjoyed season 1 the most. So if you're bored in season 1, I definitely would have dropped it by now. Do I like season 1 or 2 of Vinland Saga better? I'm a season 2 fan, but I love them both, but definitely more 2. What about Chunibyo? Man, it's another name. I'm more guys. I am actually spending more time practicing remembering names. I really am. I promise. I promise. Oh. Ooh. Okay. I have not seen that one. Yeah, haven't seen it. You're rewatching Naruto because I didn't see the Ninja War. I'm at the beginning of Shippuden. Keep watching. I would say yes. I think it's a really good arc. I personally think Askeladd is the greatest anime character. So see, Askeladd is the greatest anime character. I mean, I think he's a good character, but I can't put him that high. I think he's like, don't get me wrong. I think he's good, but he's not even my favorite in Vinland Saga. I'm biased. I'm choosing Thor's. The first time I started watching anime, I skipped over episode season 2 just to guys. I know you like cool fight scenes. I understand the appreciation for cool fight scenes, but if you want to know what's going on or even the context of the fight or how things are working, you gotta watch everything else. What do I think is better, the old or the new anime of High School DxD? I dropped DxD in the first few episodes. So I'm not the person to ask about it. I don't know if it's just me, but I dislike when a voice actor in dub sounds completely different in the sub. But like that's just gonna. Here's the thing: when you say completely different, do you mean just like their voices are very like sound different, or like one character is very like dark, heavy, serious, like very like almost like Madara kind of vibe, and one is very soft and light and maybe higher pitch, like is it like is that the discrepancy you're talking about? You read it on sub, very nice. I think that's awesome. Don't worry, I've grown up. I focus on story more. Good, very good. Recommend me something to watch, please. Something similar to Code Geass and Death Note. You could try ID Invaded. That's I think that gets recommended a bit less than Erased and Monster and those other ones. And I still think it's a good watch. It's pretty short. Tracking down serial killers through fictional technology that allows you to like, you know, analyze the particles of the criminal's mind left at the crime scene. Very interesting take. And have I seen Sea Control Money, Soul of... Have I seen Sea Control Money and Soul of Possibility? I don't know what that is. No, I don't think DxD was fire. I dropped it in the first few episodes. Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Do I think Vasta Lorda Ichigo humiliating Ukura is a good get back? The thing is, yes and no, because it wasn't fully Ichigo. Like, did he get Ukura back? Absolutely he did. But, like, I don't... Like, it wasn't fully Ichigo doing the get back, kind of. Because he wasn't really there. Dead Account is a dope anime. I have not seen Dead Account, but I have heard of it. Nobunaga is one of the greatest voice actors of all time. If I had to pick a favorite voice actor, depends if we're talking dub or sub. If we're talking dub, I'm probably going Escanor. Not just because of, like, I love Escanor. Clearly I love Escanor. But, like, his voice actor is just, so good. So satisfying. So satisfying. Buddy wasted his life to comment something about Iran. Okay. Koro Sensei getting everyone's house plates in 3 seconds is my top 5 scenes. You know what? All scenes with Koro Sensei being wholesome with his students, I love all of it. I love all of it. He's so good. I get plot over enjoyment, but it gets to a point where they can't enjoy the shonen or comedy show. Yeah, I think you need more than just entertainment. I think there needs to be some depth there. Thoughts on Haikyuu? I watched it 3 times. It is a solid sports anime. Escanor was phenomenal. I completely agree. Why is DxD there? Because I personally dropped it multiple times. I dropped it twice. I gave it a second shot. Couldn't do it. Kenjiro Suda is the greatest voice actor. So while I don't remember all the voice actors themselves, like all the names, but I do tend to remember the characters that they have voiced. So like which characters did they voice? I'll be able to get it immediately. It's so good. If it's an anime, look into it, please. Sea Control. Once my anime list cleans up a little bit, it's currently kind of stuffed. You dropped Horimiya twice and Death Note 3 times. So like, Where did you drop Death Note? I'm just curious about something. Oh, no, okay. Nanami, great voice actor. Nanami is great. Okay, Nanami is fantastic. Fantastic. Heading out. See you later, Owls. Yeah, but I'm just curious where you dropped Death Note. Give Steins Gate another chance. Steins Gate, no. I tried it 3 times, and I could not stay awake for one episode. So that's a sign that I'm not doing it. My favorite voice actor is Yuri Lowenthal, Sasuke, Ben 10, PlayStation Spider-Man, Smoke from MK1. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Not going to be my favorite, but yes, pretty good. It's the fact that you hate him for killing Thors, but at the end you are heartbroken for his death, all that in only 15 episodes. I mean, like, I can see why you like Askeladd. I can see why. But it's just not going to get me to being my favorite character ever. I can't even pick a favorite character in some series. So, like, ever is going to be a really high bar to reach. What is your best female MC between Reincarnated as Slime or Frieren? Okay. Between Reincarnated as Slime and Frieren, then probably Frieren. If we're only choosing the MCs, so Rimuru or Frieren, then Frieren. I don't know. I dropped Death Note like halfway, got bored. Was it after like 20-ish episodes, after a certain character died? I have not seen a... Wait, is there... I have not seen a Devil May Cry anime. I haven't seen it. I can't get into Bleach or One Piece, and that's okay. You tried it. It wasn't your vibe. That's understandable. There's a lot of popular series I couldn't get into either. How you doing, Mr. T? What's good, bro? I will watch Ippo. What's your thoughts on the anime? I think it's fantastic. Enjoy. I think it's great. Death Note is the most overrated anime ever. Like, I definitely don't rate it nearly as high as the audience tends to. I was like 16 episodes in, I think. So you dropped it before it fell off for me. Like, I finished Death Note multiple times, and I do think there's a fall-off point. You actually dropped it before then. My friend keeps trying to make me watch Bungo Stray Dogs. You can't get past episode 6. Look, man, if you tried, you tried. If you tried, you tried. Like, it's okay. Do I like Evangelion? I couldn't get into that one either. Don't watch Devilman Crybaby. It's not currently high on my list. Like, it is on the list somewhere. It's just not near the top. You had to drop Your Lie in April because it's so unfathomably boring. So Your Lie in April, I think, is a good story. I think it's got some good characters. I do think it's slow. Like, it is a slower series, so maybe it didn't grab you. That's okay. I think Askeladd is the most well-written, but Lelouch is the best overall. So, like, I don't disagree. Like, I don't have the same picks, but I also would agree that Lelouch is a fantastically written character. I think Askeladd is a very well-written character. They just wouldn't be my personal top choices, but I agree with your overall opinion. And do I think Bleach characters have one of the best strips in anime? I think they need to be part of the conversation. I don't know if I have them as my number one, but I know that I've answered that particular question on stream, and I have picked Bleach. So I know they are at least, part of it. Maybe like up there with JoJo's. I like JoJo's style. Low-key, Hunter x Hunter got some fire drip. I like some of the drip in Hunter x Hunter. Of course, the thing is, when we're talking about drip and an entire anime, there's going to be a wide spectrum of character designs and their style. So some characters you're going to like their style, and some characters you're not. So I think when you're discussing drip, unless there's like a general uniform that multiple characters have the same style, it's easier to go character by character. Do I remember me, or should I jog your memory? I remember Mr. T. I've seen enough movies to remember Mr. T. Ichigo, in my opinion, has the best form designs. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be my number one in form designs. Does he have good form designs? Yes. Like Final Getsuga Tensho, his True Bankai. Like, yes, he's got some good form. Vasta Lorde Ichigo. Yes, he's definitely got some very, very good transformations. I just don't know if he's going to be like numero uno, top of the list. Is it good when an anime has much fan service? Not for me personally. I'm not into it. You had to drop Horimiya because the MC looks like someone I know. You know what? I guess you do what you got to do, man. If you got trauma in real life you don't want to deal with, I got it. What's your top one anime? I probably get asked a lot. I do get asked a lot, and I don't have a favorite. because what I tend to do is I watch many, many series, and I'll remember why I liked it, like the plot, the story, the characters, the things that really grabbed me, but I won't make like some sort of list as to like where it stands in comparison to others. I've started going genre by genre on some of them, but like a number one overall, I'm not sure if I have one. Ichigo, in my opinion, has the best. I already read that one. Why are we comparing Zoro and Ichigo? Like, did Zoro get lost and end up in Bleach? Is that what happened here? Did Zoro get lost again? I don't. I hope not. I hope not. I don't know what it is. I can usually tell if I won't like an anime within a few episodes. You dropped JJK at episode 5, so like most people, I think most people have some sort of system or rule or whatever they like to call it, where after a certain threshold, time-wise, episode-wise, maybe a certain thing that they really don't like to see, once it's there, they're out. Have I watched Monster multiple times? No, wait, not multiple times. I finished it about 2 months ago. I think it was very good. I think it was very good. The ending was not perfect for me, but the overall story was fantastic. MHA, I'm a big fan. I think there are some seasons which are kind of okay, but overall, I love the series. The finale was good for me too. And what do I think of Golden Time? I think you think it's a 10 on 10. I do not think Golden Time is a 10 on 10. I do take off points because the ending pissed me off. The ending pissed me off. I think he made the wrong choice. The ending was peak. For which? Have I watched Shangri-La Frontier? Is it worth it? Yes. So here's my opinion on Shangri-La Frontier. I think season 1 is better than 2. Season 2 is still good, but I can't say I'm really super interested in a certain event that's coming up towards the end of season 2 and it's going to be part of season 3. But there's also some stuff going on in season 2 that I'm really looking forward to. You could probably, if those of you who have watched it probably know what I'm talking about. DxD, I dropped in the first episode or two, so I definitely was not into that. AOT, I do think it's worth watching. I'm not an AOT mega fan, but I do think it was worth the watch. You're on episode 12 right now. Start off pretty slow, but I'm enjoying it so far. Very good. Very, very good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Linda was dissing him behind his back. Which anime are we talking about now? Just so I'm in, like, which one were you talking about there? Have I seen Nana? So I dropped Nana. So the plot seems fine. The art style, I can't say I was a huge fan of the art style. But what caused me to drop Nana is I found the characters too annoying. The main, like the two Nanas, the two main characters, didn't like them. I like the second Nana, like the more like tomboyish Nana. A lot like the more in the musician Nana. More I liked her more, but overall I lost interest. Do I think Final Getsuga should have had more foreshadowing or something because it did feel a bit out of nowhere? Do I feel like it needed more foreshadowing? I think we knew that Ichigo had to do something. So I think it was fine. I think it was fine. I'm good with it the way it is. I'm not a power scaler, but even if I put all those feelings aside, I think Zoro besting Ichigo makes no sense whatsoever. I think that's completely insane. Have I watched the Kowloon anime? I have not. I don't even. When's the last? No, I have not seen the Kowloon anime. Gachakuda is probably one of the best new series of last year. It was really, really good. What if Ichigo missed the final Getsuga Tensho? I mean, I don't think he'd need it. He wouldn't need it. You mean against Aizen? If he just missed, then I think Ichigo would be in a lot of trouble. I don't doubt it that JJK is good. I didn't have a bad time. I just wasn't my cup of tea. And that's perfectly fine. It wasn't your cup of tea. Perfectly good. Okay, Linda's the golden... Okay, yes. Linda's the golden time childhood friend. She was dissing him, and he overheard. Was she? But, okay. I don't remember that particular scene, but what I do remember is the other girl. The other girl, the one he ended up choosing, is that she was so annoying. She was so entitled, and I couldn't stand her. I could not stand her. I don't care if Linda was kind of rude sometimes. I couldn't deal with the other one. I did not like her. I don't even know anything about Ichigo. Not gonna. Okay, then. Okay. I watched episode 1 of Gachakuda. I probably need to watch more, but not too interested so far. So it definitely does get better, but I did think the first episode was good. Like it's got betrayal. It's got like it's got a interesting setting. There's consequences. There's I think it's really good. But you also really haven't been introduced to the power system or everything that's going on below the surface. There's a lot more to the world they're about to show in the upcoming episodes. So I think it's worth pushing past the first episode, even though I think it's a good first episode. Do I think Aizen, if he wasn't too arrogant, could use his perfect hypnosis to make Ichigo waste the final Getsuga on nothing? I think if Aizen did at a different time in the anime, like I think once they were there, I think once you ended up in that situation, Aizen had lost. I think if Aizen knew like this is how it was going to play out and like changed his approach, he probably could have done something different. But once it was like Ichigo's there, he's ready for Aizen, I think it was game. You're 20 episodes into ReZero, not a fan. Should I continue? If you're going off of my personal standard, I would say no, because I really enjoyed season 1. I think season 1 is the strongest season so far. So if you are saying you're pretty much done the first season and you're not having a great time, like to the point where you want to drop it, I would drop it. Like at that point, I don't think you're going to like the next season anymore. And have I seen BoJack? BoJack Horseman or BoJack the Dragon Ball villain? How you doing, Price? Opinion on Pokemon? I am currently marathoning Pokemon. I am well over 100 episodes into Diamond and Pearl. I am making good progress on that. If you mean the games, I do enjoy the games as well. Movies, too. And the card game I used to collect, I don't anymore. Have I ever seen Lord of Mysteries? Not yet. Not yet. Favorite series of Pokemon? Okay, so keep in mind, I am still on Diamond and Pearl, so I have not seen them all. At this point in time, I would say Johto is still my favorite. What do I mean by your background of when to drop an anime? So the main theme or the main topic of discussion for most of the comments today is, when do you personally drop an anime? What is your rule? Is it after a certain number of episodes, when it does a certain thing you don't like? Like, what's your protocol when you decide to stop watching a series? BoJack Horseman, I have not seen BoJack Horseman, though I do know like what it is roughly, but I've never watched an episode. And what anime did I watch even though you found the characters annoying? So like, it depends, because like there's probably going to be annoying characters in most anime, but like, there's got to be at least some good characters for me to stick around. If everybody's annoying, then I'm gone. So like, I think Demon Slayer had some annoying characters, but I liked enough of them that I stuck around. I think Hero Academia had some annoying characters, but I still stuck around because overall it was good. So like, kind of depends on like how far are we taking the annoying character side of things. Have I ever seen Nuzlocke Pokemon game? I have seen people play it. Not like I never like sat and watched someone do the whole thing, but I know what it is. It's an interesting game. It's an interesting challenge. Can you name 5 to 10 anime that I should watch? 5 to 10 anime that you should watch. I'll name 5 because 10 is a lot. Zatch Bell, Metabots, the original Beyblade, Bakuman, and Mob Psycho 100. Have I seen an anime you couldn't finish? Mine was Death Note. Oh, there's tons of anime I couldn't finish. I'll just pick Rent a Girlfriend. That's an obvious one, right? Yeah, it's on the green screen right there. Do you think that Kubo did Shinji dirty in Bleach? Because he's really cool, but he keeps losing every fight. Some characters can't catch a break. I don't know about if I would say did him dirty. I'm not sure. I think I'd have to go back and really see if I feel like he was done dirty. But like, do I think he deserves a little bit like some love? Yeah. What anime do I rate the lowest? I don't really know, but I'm kind of known for hating on Detective Conan. I'm really known for hating on Detective Conan. I think it's pretty awful. You dropped Hero on season 2 or something because when it was because of the weird fan base. So I've never dropped an anime because of the fan base. I will say that I've put off starting a series because the fan base got too pushy with it. But I've never dropped a series because of them. I don't think Food Wars was a 2 on 10. You probably just didn't like the fan service, which fair enough. I can see it being off-putting. I just drop anime when it gets too boring. Fair enough. I think that's okay. That makes sense to me. Also, guys, I have about 4 minutes till I gotta go. And what anime do I rate the lowest? Already read that one. The brown haired girl with the plushie in the episode of episode 1 of Gachikura is still an op. Yes, I agree. Drop it when it starts hurting you. Depends what you mean. Like hurts to watch or like starts hurting your feelings. Because I watch a lot of anime that hurt my feelings. If you mean like painful to watch, then okay, that's fair. That would be fair. Okay, like if it's physically uncomfortable to look at, then okay, that is fair. Blood Lad new season. I have not started Blood Lad. In fact, I think I had Blood Lad somewhere on my list. I just don't. I don't think. Yeah, I've never gone to it. That's a name. That's a name I haven't heard that name in a long time. The only clips of Food Wars I've seen is them genuinely ascending over a good dish. So you've never actually watched Food Wars. Then you can't really rank it. The character throws key to you, like the character that throws an key to you never happened to you. I'm confused by that statement. Fan service is never a good reason to drop something. I disagree. Completely. It is very annoying, off-putting, can take away from a character. It just, no. I very strongly disagree with that. You just finished the race yesterday. It was amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well. Favorite anime so I can judge your taste. I actually don't have a favorite, so I'm just going to list a few to give you a general example. I'll pick Ippo for sports. I'll pick Aggressive Retsuko for comedy. I will pick One Piece for shonen. I'll pick Snow White with Red Hair for romance, and Big Bang Bravern for mecha. Honestly, I hope Tokyo Ghoul gets a manga-accurate reboot. I haven't seen any announcement that would indicate that it is getting one. Bloodline new season. Can you not use that word in my chat ever again? To Love Ru has 2 peaks. I actually haven't seen To Love Ru. I know that one. I haven't seen it, though. It's funny that my brother would turn on DS and I would tell him to turn it off, and now it's my favorite. The DS used to be fun for me, but I think I had the best time with the Game Boy SP. Was it SP or Advance that I had the most fun with? It was either the SP or the Advance. It was like the Pokemon Gold Silver era. Do I think anime had no weird fan bases, zero fan service, people wouldn't think it's weird? I think no matter what you do, people are going to think it's weird, but I think because of certain subgroups in the fan base and certain types of anime, people are going to draw conclusions just from that alone. And even if I think if there was less of that, it'd be less judged by by non-anime watchers. But I think it would always be a thing. You used to never drop an anime, no matter how bad it was. But after Vampire Night, I can't stand any anime that remind me of that show. So it set the precedent for like, if it's this bad, it gets dropped. I have not seen it, but that's a hell of a review. My brother would turn off Demon Slayer, and I'd always try to turn it. He tried to turn it on, and I'd always turn it off. And now it's your favorite. Well, there you go. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas traumatized me. Why? I mean, it's sad. Pancreas, it's not traumatizing. It's just sad. It's just emotional, but it's not traumatizing. Could I recommend an anime similar to Bleach? If you like try Soul Eater. Try Soul Eater. Why do I think anime is considered weird by a lot of people? It's usually just people take it like, I think they're just taking from the reference. It's one of two things. It's either they're going off of what they have seen from the outside, so like people doing weird things, saying weird things, pretty much like the most. You know how like the cringe stuff goes the most viral. Like it's not the normal stuff that gets the most attention. It's the weird stuff that gets the most attention. So that is what they are seeing. And second, some people might just be like, this is not something I have any exposure to, and it looks very different from everything else, so I think it's weird. So people just kind of going off of nothing. Why is DXD in the background, dog? Because I dropped it. I couldn't get into it. Couldn't do it. Do I collect anything? I collect autographed paintings, and I collect Magic the Gathering cards. How much longer do I have in the stream? Actually, no time at all. We'll say last 5 comments, then I gotta go. We're actually over time. Was there an anime so disgusting I had to give it up? So disgusting. Depends what you mean by disgusting. I'm gonna go with pedophilic. I'll go with Mushoku Tensei. Couldn't deal with Rudius. You love Jobless Reincarnation, but it was weird at times. Yeah, exactly why I dropped it. Funny thing is, Demon Slayer became my favorite right after my brother stopped watching it. So maybe you just don't like your brother and you just want to disagree with him. Maybe that's what's going on here. Avant-garde genre. I don't really think I've seen much of that genre. I can't say that I have much experience with the avant-garde genre, no. And we'll say one more. You watched Fire Force so much, but the fan service was torturing. I think they've really toned it down in the last season, but up until this point, the fan service was really kind of subtracting from the show, in my opinion. Okay, I'll end on this one. I'm autistic, and I've always masked my anime interest because I felt it was weird. But recently, yeah, dude, you don't need to mask it. You don't need to hide it. Just be yourself, like whatever you want. I mean, sometimes it might be questionable, but just be who you are. Be who you are. But guys, okay, so here's the plan. I gotta go. Tomorrow, we're expecting a icy rainstorm. So, bad weather, which means I'll be home all day. We have a Twitch stream in the morning. We'll do a Twitch stream probably around 9:30 my time, around 9:30 my time, Eastern Standard. And then I'll pump out a bunch of content, and we'll have another stream here tomorrow night. So that's the plan. See you guys then. Thank you for being here.